So you've finally purchased an elaborate new DSLR camera, you've seen an understandable improvement at intervals the standard of your photos, but you're blown away by the content some people unit of measurement able to manufacture with a similar hardware on sites like Flickr. What unit of measurement they doing different? If you're like most beginners, you virtually definitely shoot exploitation car or customary icon modes, but therefore on truly get the foremost out of your camera, you're attending to ought to conclude the thanks to shoot in manual mode. Shoot in manual mode. Why shoot in manual mode? 2 words, total management. There are not any real surprises once you've truly good manual mode, as you'll have full management of the 3 major points of the exposure triangle: aperture, shutter speed and ISO. We'll move into detail on each of these points later throughout this text. Apart from presently, here's a fast list of the items where knowing manual mode is also a huge plus. Bokeh, those artistic photos with blurred backgrounds choked with circles of sunshine. To avoid fulminant flash once shooting in low light weight conditions. Silhouettes incorporating motion blur for artistic reasons. Anything that desires an original angle, concentrate or shot. While you have total management over your photos, it'll take longer to rearrange an effort with manual mode, as you have to specify each setting. The best photographers acknowledge once and where to admit device, pre-programmed settings, or preset modes. As a general rule, if you have time to need the shot, shoot in manual. If you have a necessity for speed, another mode may have the settings you would like ready at the press of a button. How to shoot in manual mode. Now let's come to the exposure triangle: aperture, shutter speed and ISO. The ultimate technique of shooting in manual mode could look one factor like this. Check the exposure of your shot with the sunshine meter visible through your device. Pick associate aperture. Adjust the shutter speed. Pick associate ISO setting. If the sunshine meter ticker is lined up with 0, you have a properly exposed image. Take the shot. Light meter. You've possibly detected the tiny very line at rock bottom of your field of scan once you examine the device that seems one factor like this: -2, 0.1, 0.0, 0.1, 0.2 plus Canon, or +2, 0.1, 0.0, 0.1, 0.2 Nikon. This may be the sunshine meter, and once aligned with 0, you acknowledge that your photograph will set out properly exposed. Finally, if you are going for a certain impact, it's reaching to be necessary to be slightly over or below exposed, and you will be able to use the sunshine meter to help you accomplish the required impact. Aperture. The aperture is that the opening at the center of your camera's shutter or iris. If you're aiming for expert blurred background or the artistic bokeh, it helps to line your aperture, also referred to as f-stop, and should primarily be thought of as a way of adjusting the quantity of your image that is focused. The lower the speed, the extra light weight reaches your detector, and conjointly the extra of your background is blurred. The higher the speed, the larger square measuring of focus, and conjointly the extra of your image are focused. In several words, low f number provides further light weight with a blurrier background, high f number provides less light weight and a sharpie background. Shutter speed. Your shutter speed is assumed of as a result of the number of it slow your camera's shutter is open, allowing light weight to hit your camera's lightweight sensor. Your shutter speed will have a bearing on the sharpness of your subject. Lower shutter speeds let in further light weight, but build your image in danger of blur and desires a gradual hand or stand. Faster shutter speeds let in less light weight, but can give you a gouger subject and an image less in danger of unsteady hands. ISO. ISO is assumed of as your camera's sensitivity to light weight, with typical ranges on DSLRs recently being 200, 1/600. The lower the ISO vary, the extra light weight is required to induce associate degree honest exposure on your photos, and conjointly the less noise you will see in your succeeding photos. Higher ISO numbers change you to shoot higher quality photos in lower light weight conditions, but the extra noise you will see at intervals the background of your photos. DSLRs can produce higher quality photos at higher ISOs as a result of the larger size of the pixels in their image sensors. They jointly typically feature noise reduction to a lot of assist in maintaining quality at higher ISO numbers. As a general guideline, shooting outside beneath the sun, ISO 100 to 200 is also a secure bet, but if you're shooting within beneath low lighting you would like to be at intervals the ISO 800, 1/600 vary. When you're starting out, developing associate and nursing intuitive understanding of but the assorted points of the exposure triangle pit one another may appear overwhelming at the start, but shooting in manual gets easier over time. Since you've got need to consciously select your settings, you'll develop a sorrow what amount exposure you would like and what combination of ISO, aperture and shutter speed is required to appreciate a desired result. Go wild, get creative and observe shooting in manual mode. You'll be shocked at what amount you'll improve once you master the exposure triangle.